Hi everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world when you're watching? Huge shout out to you. It is Monday morning here in Australia and I've had a very nice weekend. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, you're probably still enjoying your weekend. So I hope it's a good one. I hope that you're resting and relaxing. First up, thank you for everybody that supports my channel and my podcast. The work that I do, I'm only able to do it with your support. So thank you. I want to look at, because I feel that we're getting to the thin edge of the wedge with Trump and indictments, federal indictments. I want to look at him in June. If you've been following my channel, I think in my was either last reading or the weekend reading before, I talked about, I felt that the obstruction of justice indictment was very close. It will definitely be here before the end of the year, but I felt that that particular case, an indictment in that was very, very, very close. Now, the grand jury is meeting again this week that's hearing evidence in that case. I'm not saying that they're going to indict, but I do feel it's important, given this is where I started in indignation and shock and horror at Trump, and my fears were borne out over the years. This is where this channel started. I am going to pull on Trump in June. I used to do that back when he was a president. I stopped doing that, hoping that he would go away, and then January 6th occurred, and well, you know the rest of the story. But we're going to do it for June. I also want to look at Ukraine's counter-offensive in June. They've been training with NATO in Germany, and of course they've got a new lease of life with the both the funding and the weaponry that Europe and the US and Australia, places like Australia and Canada, have given them. And now they've got the training to go with that. So we'll take a look at the counter-offensive. And of course, that is running parallel with my readings that have continually shown that Putin's leadership is under threat. So, you know, and that there's this type of civil war already beginning around the fringes in Russia. If we've got time, I want to know why the President of the United States, why a black sandbag was left in the path of the President of the United States so that he could trip. By the way, I think Joe Biden has made tripping quite cool. I was 18 and running across the tarmac trying to catch a plane, late for a plane, and I went sprawling in my high heels. The suitcases went flying, I went flying, and when I looked up, the whole plane was just looking at me out the windows. And then I had to get on that plane. So it happens, you know, it happens to the best of us. But why did it happen to the US president that he would trip over a black sandbag in his path as he left the podium or whatever he was doing? We know that the Secret Service was compromised under Trump. Let's take a look at that if we get the chance. All right, energies in June. I'm going to pull from the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Let's just tune into the energies in June. Spirit for us. What is a synopsis, if you like? A card that represents the upcoming energies in June. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups energy. Pressure, transformation. Yeah, that's good. So really what occurs when there's enough pressure, we get this breakthrough. And we've got transformation. And that kind of fits with no matter what global event or issue or theme that I could read on. I think transformation and pressure is a good summation there. All right, now let's get to Trump in June. I'll just get my trusty phone calendar up. Okay, so it's the 5th here in Australia. It'll be the 4th wherever you are. And of course, we've just come smack bang out of a Sagittarius full moon. And more importantly, Jupiter is still, I think, still conjunct with the nodes of the north node of the moon. And that makes this a very karmic time. So events have been playing out over years now. Let's look at Trump in June. So we'll go week beginning the 5th, week beginning the 12th, week beginning the 19th, and week beginning the 26th. So that will give us 4 cards. Okay, Spirit, Trump, Donald Trump. Criminal defendant Trump. I saw an interview with James Comey, former FBI director, that says it's quite possible that the campaign could be waged with Trump in an ankle bracelet. US has not been in this situation before. This 2024 election, if he gets that far, I didn't think he would. I felt something would happen, and it goes to a female candidate, possibly another candidate, perhaps his running mate. All right, let's have a look. Trump in June, week beginning the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, the 26th. Very, very, very vindictive. I know you all see that. Trump in June. 4 cards, please, for Trump in June. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles to begin with. Week beginning the 5th. That's my card for like national security. The 12th, we've got the 5 of Wands, which is it's divisions, obstacles, it's warring, it's factionalism, it's tribal, cultural type of wars there. It's him ginning up that kind of energy on the 12th. The 19th, we get the Ace of Pentacles. That's interesting. That's to do with money. It's also to do with new starts. And one last card, interestingly enough, we get the 5 of Pentacles, loss. So the 19th, it might look like he's having a win, but by the time we get to the 26th, it's a loss. And you know what? June's the month. June's the month, as I said. Justice. Now we have the Queen of Cups. Now she always appears. Now there was a female former, I think she did work with him in the White House. She is his communication, or was his communication aide. I talked about a woman in relation to those documents, and she has given evidence before the grand jury. So we get this Queen of Cups, and then we get the King of Cups, which of course is my card for Merrick Garland and the DOJ. Now we have here the 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords, defeat. I'm going to say that it's inevitable that there will be charges likely in June, and I don't think we're going to have to wait too much longer before we're rid of the danger that this. I call him a despot, a vindictive, nasty despot. Represents not just to the US but to the world. For those that have alliances with the US. So anyway, let's look at those 4 cards. So the Queen of Pentacles, week beginning the 5th. This is a case of national security. If there's going to be charges, we want to see what the cards, what sort of cards are going to come up. So in what week? So let's take a look. Queen of Pentacles, national security, first week in June. I'm using the Legacy Tarot, if anyone's wondering. The Queen of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Okay, the Moon card. Something hidden below the surface. Something that's about to rise. Secrets kept around national security and the retention of the documents. Yeah. Okay, so that's very much the first week of June. That's what we're going to hear about. And here's the Ace of Cups. Interesting. That's exactly what I saw. And moderation. Yeah, all of this is moving the energy, because this is what the cards speak of. It's the energy. It's moving out of this kind of instinctive, grasping, holding on to things, not letting go. It's moving out of that into a new start, more toward moderation. It's just that we can't see the big picture. Now we get the Two of Swords. So they're really deciding around the timing of this. I think the evidence is clear. And we get the Devil card hanging on greed. I'm believe that we will find out that he received payment, allegedly received payment. And I do like to remind these readings are for entertainment purposes only. This is in a court, and I'll remind you as often as I see fit, given I'm going out on a limb here. Now we have the Magician card, manifestation, manipulation, and ending of that. Yeah, look, it's the Six of Wands, victory. Yeah, it's possible that we're going to hear. We're definitely hearing more. We're hearing more about where this investigation is taking us. Is the charge coming in the first week? So far, I'm not getting that draw, but it could. You saw the cards at the base of the pack. I feel June will be the month. That Two of Wands there, 2 weeks even, could be around the third week. But anyway, let's have it keep going with the cards. This Five of Wands. Show me this Five of Wands. Why is the Five of Wands here for? Why is the Five of Wands here for? Five of Wands again. Oh my gosh. Obstacle, challenges. There could be some kind of, I don't know, it's like his dog whistling. That it's rare to get that double validation like that. The Five of Wands is it's fighting. It's like warring. It's and then we get death. Yeah, so Pluto energy. And the King of Swords, investigation of... yeah, so this is him dog whistling. This is him and January the 6th as well. And then we get the Lovers, his cult. It could be an actual act of, I don't know, like it's just crazy energy out there. So that second week, watch for his dog whistles. We get, I think, a major breaking bit of information on this coming week. And then we get, it could even be a charge there in the first week, because this energy is him just going ballistic, absolutely ballistic, and dog whistling. Okay, it's a, I won't say, I'm not going to say, I don't, like, I'm not over dramatic, but that week beginning, oh, okay, 11/11, that week beginning the 12th, watch out for some, it just goes crazy, which means that we could have a charge in the first week. But let's test the third week with the Ace of Pentacles. It's money here, something to do with money. Oh, gosh, there's charges in June, I feel. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. Show me the... I hope I'm right, because this has just been... How long has a piece of string been going on that long? Ace of Pentacles. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. Although, Knight of Swords, truth coming out. The truth coming out. Something to do with Trump and his money. The Nine of Wands. Guardrails. Boundaries. And then we get the Seven of Swords. Lies and deceits. We could hear... also something around this wire fraud that I keep, the King of Pentacles, that I keep talking about. And the Moon card again coming up from the surface. I feel we're going to get the story behind those documents, why he kept them, and in any way that he may have been profiting as well. And we get the Six of Coins, in whose debt, loans and debt. Yes, definitely we hear about his money in that third week, the 19th, beginning of the 19th. Four of Cups, that's, and Judgment, an inevitability, yeah. It's almost like it's an inevitability that he indirectly may have gained from sharing that information. He didn't just keep it for leverage, for blackmail purposes, for getting back at his enemies, for trophies. There was a dollar attached to it. Now in the fourth week, we get loss. So I think that the reason we're seeing that Five of Wands is because he's already been told he's going to be indicted in June. And I think that he just goes ballistic. Now we get the Five of Pentacles. Terrible situation, isn't it? The Five of Pentacles. Show me the Five of Pentacles, please. The fourth week beginning the 26th. That's loss. Left out in the cold, loss. And the Ten of Coins. We could hear that it's something around, and the Six of Swords. Yeah, something around, I don't know where the fines, where the money, where he's got to hand over money is up to. The Six of Swords talked about moving out of troubled waters, and we get double validation again with the Five of Pentacles. I think, let me just tune into this clairvoyantly, because I think what awful images here. The Five of Wands on steroids, basically, and there's a knife. It's like two sides just going at it with a small wall. There could be more fraud uncovered, I want to say. And we get the Hierophant, the grand jury. They're definitely hearing information about him profiting in some way when he shouldn't. And we get the Eight of Wands, lots of evidence, lots of charges. Something is moving. Six of Cups, we're all tied. 3 cups lost, 1 remaining. And we get the Victory and the Ace of Coins. Oh gosh, 6 of Coins. This could be his wire fraud. There's something coming up around money in June. And I'm getting the strong feeling that because these cards have had so many double validations, that it has to do with the Queen and Trump. And I'm just going to say it wouldn't surprise me to see a charge of some sort, a federal charge on the obstruction of justice case coming in June. But we also get more information, a breaking story or something. Could even be the wire fraud. There's something there to do with money. Okay, let's look at Ukraine's counteroffensive in June. Again, I want 4 cards. How is that going? Of course, they've got everything they need but the jets. I read an article the other day where they're saying that Ukraine battalion that's coming in to lead or push through with this counteroffensive is every bit as good as Western armies, and every bit as well resourced as well, trained and well resourced. So, all of this is putting pressure on Putin. All of this is helping the US, is helping the EU, the European countries, those countries that Putin threatens. All of this is putting pressure on Russia to remove Putin, salvage what they can, and come back in some way better, in terms of better, more unified with the world, not an aggressor. Whether that will happen. Ace of Wands. I've always seen a revolution. I think 2 or 3 years ago I predicted a revolution in Russia, not a bloody revolution, but some kind of change of power. This was before the war. I think it was before the war, was it? Or it might have been just when it started. Invasion, I should say. Okay, counteroffensive in Ukraine, 4 cards for June. Show me the counteroffensive for Ukraine, 4 cards in June. So we get the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, consistent progress. That comes up a lot these days, but we get boundaries, wearies. It's such a weary after battle. They take ground. Absolutely, they take ground. And we get the Lovers card here. Unity, that's at the heart of Ukrainian victory, is their unity, their will at the ground level to defend their territory, their borders. We get the Queen of Cups. There's water there. So there's significant victories in ground. They are successful in their counter-offensive. I'm feeling this. You see the river there. I'm feeling that they make an important victory here. And, you know, it really is due to the support, the training that they've had. But as I always see, the death card, it's such a high price. The youngest are being lost. And we get also the Page of Swords. There could be some kind news around some kind of someone within Ukraine might be disloyal, but we do have celebration. So I do feel that in June the counter-offensive is successful in that they take ground beyond that river. Let's just quickly clarify with one or two cards, because I want to get on to who, if the Secret Service can be trusted, why that sandbag was left. Was it an accident or was it a deliberate thing? Because, of course, Putin doesn't want Joe Biden to be in a remote chance of winning in 2024. So, yeah, okay. I love the way that Biden handled it. He said, I've been sandbagged, which was interesting. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles. Show me the Knight of Pentacles. So we get the Knight of Wands. They're on the move. There will be quick victories. They're well resourced, as I've said. Yeah, okay. So the victory there could be a swift victory coming up in June. It's like they're just gaining ground, and because I'm seeing so much water, I'm seeing that they go over that. They're able to take victory beyond that river. I can't pronounce it. And I won't try, but you know the one I mean. It's steady progress. It's quick but steady, which is interesting. Quick but steady progress. Okay, and that's looking good. Let's have a look at this Nine of Wands. This is, I don't know, could they make it all the way to some sort of old border? There's some... this is definitely their borders and mountains, establishing a really solid border here. Show me the Nine of Wands. So we get the Moon card. Okay, again, that watery influence. And we get the Hermit, isolation, stealth, and we get the Emperor, control, having control, and it's inevitable. So I feel that what they do in June puts further pressure on Putin and his isolation. And of course we have those ultimately clandestine attacks, and that's really due to Ukraine being successful in the field, puts more pressure on Putin. Let's have a look at the Lovers card in that third week. Lovers card. Yeah, we're going to hear in June significant gaining of ground and it putting more pressure on Putin. What is this Lovers card, please? What's the Lovers card? So we have the Four of Swords. Somebody's retreating. I don't think it's Ukraine. Somebody's running out of money, and I don't think it's Ukraine. And we have the Moon card. This is when instinctive behaviour takes over. And the Ten of Swords, Putin better watch his back in June. Putin better watch his back. The cards aren't going to, by that third week, to Ukraine's counteroffensive. They're going into Russia. And we get justice. Oh, watch out in June. I think Ukraine does really well, and it puts pressure on those around Putin to get rid of him. Let's have a look at this Queen of Cups. Show me this Queen of Cups. something, we find out something important. What's this Queen of Cups doing here over the river? So I'm seeing boats. Again, yeah, they cross that river at really important junctions. It's a body of water anyway. Show me the last week in June, the Queen of Cups. So we have the Two of Cups, contracts, commitments. I feel in that last week what we'll hear about is those within those occupied territories aiding Ukraine in some way. They've got Jupiter and Taurus luck at their back for consistent, steady, reliable progress, and we get the Three of Cups, of celebration. So and the Hierophant, faith, have faith. Yeah, by the end of June, the Eight of Coins, skill, we get to see just how successful Ukraine's counteroffensive is. So that's what we're going to see. Okay, I want to look at the Biden. Before I go, I just have a sip of tea. Dragon energy. Okay. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at... I want to go to the US president now. So I'm getting a religious scene. I'm not sure if it's... I don't know. Is he visiting a graveside? I don't know why he's doing that. Is that his son's graveside? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, the tripping over the black sandbag. I don't know how anyone... I've worked alongside stage productions for major events, major national events, and there's just no way that a black sandbag would come within cooee, as we say here in Australia, of a president's pathway that they would walk. Was this sandbag left there deliberately? Was this sandbag left there deliberately? Was this sandbag left there deliberately? Of course, it puts the emphasis on his age then. Now we have the Ten of Swords, wanting someone's downfall and new starts. Okay, so we get ending of old cycles, the beginning of new. We get the Knight of Wands, we get movement. In the past, we get holding on to information. I don't like that card in the past. That Secret Service certainly held back information on January the 6th, and the leader at that time, under Trump, or under Trump's detail, ordered that the phones be wiped. I think he's since stood down. We've got dark energy, dark money, potentially, the Three of Swords. We get the Four of Wands in the immediate future. That's lovely. That's my card for the Democrats' pathways forward. I think, this, as bad as this energy is at this time in the US, there's something quite, divine about understanding that will come through this. And we get the Three of Wands. Perhaps overseas forces are still involved in American politics. And we get strength in the environment around. We get the Nine of Wands, weariness in the hopes and fears. Of course, the conjuring of all that kind of, that kind of discussion around his age. And we get the Moon card. Yeah, there's something definitely not right about what happened there. The Moon card is something being kept secret, something being, there could be somebody that could be on someone's payroll. I don't want to get overly dramatic, but let's call it like it is. The Ace of Pentacles and the Moon card, a payment. There's something whenever I see the moon card, I've been reading these cards long enough to know that all is not what it seems. And we get the Queen of Swords, a plan, a strategy. And we get the Seven of Cups, illusions and delusions. I'm going to call it, and I'm going to say that there was something about that fall that was not quite kosher. There was something here that somebody could, maybe three people involved, somebody didn't do their job and maybe looked the other way. We have the Eight of Wands and the Two of Swords, decisions, crossroads, quickening of the energy, and the Star card, and the Truth emerging. So if there are disloyal agents or anyone at that military location, they will be ratted out. They will be exposed. I'm just going to draw, before I finish, one, because the moon energy is so volatile. For me, it always represents something hidden, and then like an instinctive versus a civilized type of behavior, and then it being exposed, potentially being exposed. Secret Service disloyalty. Is this what these outcome cards are saying? Show me the moon card, please. Ace of Cups. Queen of Swords, double validation again. And we get division, the Five of Wands, which is so characteristic of this divided partisan energy, and the Queen of Pentacles, national security, and this is somebody loyal to Trumpian forces. And the truth will emerge. And I'm going to go back to, yes, it is all about Russia. Yes, it is all about Putin trying to get rid of Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is a threat to his survival. So I'm going to say that all was not as it seemed when he fell on that sandbag. And I wouldn't discount anything. You saw the cards, the moon card twice. Make your own minds up. I'll be back again with another reading soon. Bye for now.